Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Lena feels good, everyone. Now, guys, I'm not sure if it was a misunderstanding, but I went out the other night and it seemed to me that these guys were playing a trick on me. Not really a trick, but I was like, first of all, I'm picky, so I wouldn't have gone out with them. So I'm not thinking, okay, and I'm just walking around doing my thing, right? And I'm just walking around not really worrying about anybody because I'm not caring about anybody because I know my type isn't there and I'm just walking around and I'm just relaxing and I'm not worried and I'm just like, whatever. And so I felt that they were criticizing me or doing whatever, trying to like scare me. And I'm like, well, I'm like, first of all, they might not have been doing it intentionally, I don't know, but I'm like, first of all, if you are someone that, and I knew they were both bi or gay because I've seen them before at like the club. So I'm like, at like a gay bar or whatever, or a bi bar. So I'm like, I see them there, and I'm just like, okay, so why would you guys do that? First of all, like I'm like, well, like first of all, you know that I'm gorgeous and I'm going to be successful, and that I'm going to be famous probably, and that I'm going to have all this money and the best looking boyfriends and girlfriends in the world. So why would you even think that, right? Why would you even say that? It just doesn't make any sense. And then I'm like, well, what if you guys break up? Then you're not gonna feel good, right? That won't feel good, and then I'll have someone maybe at that time, and then you'll be like regretting it, right? So it just looks sad, right? Anyway, I never really understood it. Like some people will criticize me, and I'm like, you do realize I'm gonna be like this huge celebrity with all this money and like dating all the best people in the world at some point, right? Like you do realize that, right? So it's like, do you say something like you? And I can't say this to everyone, and I can't be like, telling people, obviously this is what's gonna happen. You guys have to lay off, right? Because obviously I'm gonna be the biggest success in the world. So you just have to just let it happen and wait and look around for someone else that you like, right? But you're just like, okay, you do realize like I'm gonna be hugely famous, right? Like it might not be happening now at all, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen, right? So it's just like it boggles my mind. It's like some people that will make fun of people that are successful or rich or famous or that are heading that direction, and you're like, why would you do that? Like it just doesn't make any sense. It's like why would you make fun of someone that is so good looking that'll make everybody feel like they have been that'll make everybody feel like, hey, I want to be like you, and you're just like, why would you make fun of that person? It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I can't prove it or anything because I don't actually see. I mean, I do see some people say stuff, but I mean, sometimes you're just like, is it just them talking with each other, or and and people will say these things to everyone, so you never know who's saying it to you. But you're like, hello, like I'm gonna be hugely famous. Like, wouldn't you want to worship me? Not worship me necessarily, but wouldn't you be like, careful what you say around me? It just doesn't make any sense, darling. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, people overall, in general, have been very positive with me and very nice. So I'm just saying this about a couple people that say things, but I'm just like, you know, you would just be like, hello, like I'm gonna be hugely famous, darling. All right, bye now. Bye bye.